it's amazing to think in many ways, certainly from the perspective that I have now, that when we speak of emptiness in terms of the human experience, we don't know what it means. We have no idea. That's how full we are. When we speak of presence, true presence, the deepest presence, we have trouble understanding or even imagining, or certainly accessing, that presence. And this shows how distracted we are. And when we speak of, and people don't speak of it anymore, because they're speaking either of just the world or politic or, the matrix. But when we speak of the divine, we don't really have any idea what that means, the divine essence. We don't really have any idea what that means, because we're so locked into the personal, to this. And this is our reality. The self, the rigid self, the righteous self, the wrong self, the good self, the bad self, just the damn self, And so here we are, we don't have any real idea of emptiness. We don't really have any idea of presence. We don't really have any idea of the divine. We don't really have any idea of love in its deeper aspect, in its deepest, because all we know is love as attachment, love as filling up some hole we perceive in ourselves, love as transactional, something to get and give, some bartering tool for the self. And this is but a kind of tiny shadow, a cloud of, of what true love is. So you see where I'm going with this in a way. What I'm saying is, my God, what kind of world is this? Where these are the qualities, this emptiness, silence. There's another one. We have no idea really what silence is. We think it's absence of noise, but silence isn't absence of noise. Silence in many ways has nothing to do with noise. Silence is a space, an inner emptiness, if you like. It's the cessation of agitation. It's the falling into the deepest awareness. Emptiness, silence, presence, the divine, love, all of these aspects of us, which are not just bits of us, they're the essential nature of us, are all completely mysterious to us. And yet those very fundamental, essential depths of us are what gives life true value and gives life true meaning. Hence the spiritual search, or hence the existential void that most people, if they scrape away the surface, most people are living in many ways, full of distraction, full of noise, full of self, full of transactional love, full of division, full of separation, full of addiction, full of stories, full of suffering, ultimately. And so we enter the spiritual journey, or the religious journey, really, or not even those ones, but a search for meaning. And yet the meaning is there, and the meaning is always there. But we have no idea about it, because we've created these strange, I would say somewhat toxic, matrix-like societies, where it's, you join the game, you join the club, you join the show, you fit in. You might not really like it, but you fit in anyway. You play your part, you do the best you can, you're a good actor or a bad actor. You maintain some kind of dignity or you don't. You get lost in the matrix, you get lost in addiction, get lost in transactional love. Or you become somebody, and that is both an empowering thing, but also a very narcissistic thing in so many ways. And so here we are, and still there's no real meaning to life, because those aspects that really give meaning to life are not accessed, because nobody, we don't talk about them, because they're offline, because you actually have to do something for yourself. You have to go inside and make changes and look at what hurts and look at the wounds and discover humility or any of these things. So, I don't know, people don't. People would rather, many people, not everybody, would rather suffer than look inside themselves. And yet inside ourselves is where the truth is. So what I'm kind of wanting, the reason I'm talking about this is because now I just wrote a poem about the divine and how we don't have any sense of the divine. I'm not talking about God or religion. I'm talking about a deeper love within us, ultimately a benevolent, compassionate, deep, intelligent, wise, intuitive place within ourselves that isn't a place but is actually the divine essence of us. And we have no idea that exists, most of us, most of our lives. And I'm shocked that I've kind of fallen into a place where love is all, love is everything. I see through the eyes of love now, not my love, but the love of a divine intelligence, if you like. It may sound abstract, but it's actually very natural and very real and very ordinary. I've become ordinary. I was not ordinary because I was trying to be a player or an actor in a game, and eventually with grace I fell out of that game totally, and it took a long time to fall out of that game, but my God, was it a blessing to fall out and wake up. And in that, I come home to love's essence, to the divine that we are. So what I'm doing is encouraging, really, the deepening. Don't worry about falling out of the world. It's an illusion. It's a play. It's a leela. Most of it is dissatisfying, and only hooks you in so you can go from one experience to the next experience to the next experience, hoping that the next experience is going to be more satisfying or rewarding than this experience, until you get so tired or worn out, so drugged or so beaten up that you just either give up, and the giving up is a doorway, or the giving up is a resignation. So I'm encouraging you to go deeper, always to go deeper. There's the divine essence there through the many levels of us, through the Russian doll syndrome of us, into the heart of the matter, and to persist. It brings the greatest peace. It brings the greatest joy. It brings the greatest love. And it stops the endless narcissistic, neurotic, self-obsessed kind of voice that goes on endlessly in the unconscious human state. So that's all I wanted to say. All I wanted to say. It's an invitation to fall inwards more and more. To let go of more and more and more, and to trust yourself on that journey more and more and more. Bless you.